start with our first question.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Do you believe in SDRs?
Yes. Next question. They are a thing that exists. I should expand on that answer?
If you'd like to, maybe
Sure.
talk about how that affects your team and hiring from within and from outside.
Right. So a couple things. First of all, I do believe in, for two reasons, which we've talked about. I believe, although early on, the data, Trish Bertuzzi put out like a long post about the economics of SDRs. So it depends on deal size, right? That's kind of like thing number one, and it depends what the function is. We have 8 inbound SDRs at Livestream. We have 5 outbound SDRs, and I can walk you guys through how they're structured. I believe in them for two reasons. One of them is that if your deal size is around, on an outbound basis, you have to have deals that are above, she says, $4,000 in typical deal size. And so that's why on an outbound basis, SDRs really make sense for like a mid-market sale or an enterprise sale where the op value, the value of the opportunity is going to be $15,000. It's going to be $20,000, if not larger. On an inbound basis, you need to, if you're like us, if you're generating lots and lots of leads of different quality, different shapes and sizes, then you need people to qualify those leads, because ultimately you want your reps, you want your, I have this beautiful vision that I haven't yet realized, but of the rep, the account executive at the center as like the athlete on a professional sports team, and all of the activities around that athlete, the facilities manager, the training equipment, all of that stuff is to enable the rep to be as productive as possible. And in the case of Tom Brady, it's throwing touchdowns and all of that. But in the case of a rep, it's spending as much time speaking to customers as possible throughout the day on the phone in either scheduled or ad hoc meetings. So that is to say that the SDR function is really, really important, because you can generate efficiencies and economies of scale provided you have the deal value. But that's not the only reason, because the economics of it still, for some types of sales, it's harder to justify sometimes than a full cycle rep, and the rep loses some control of the process when you have an SDR. But the other reason that they're good is because the way to preserve culture and the way to scale a company is to promote from within when possible. And the SDRs are the farm team and the future of the company in many ways. And your best reps, that's something you can measure economically, because they're going to ramp in a shorter amount of time than if you hire somebody with no industry experience, product experience, etc. That'll take 4 to 6 months to ramp, whereas the SDR typically, for us, it's 2 to 3 months on the SMB sales team. So I like it because I like the function, because there are gains in specialization of labor, especially in high lead circumstances. And I also like the function because the best way to maintain a great culture is to promote people from within and to provide a career path so that people can grow up within the organization. And that's something I'm really focused on.